All right, welcome to the weekly special, y'all. The grand opening of our live show every Thursday at 8 p.m. We got David, Mark, and Coach Coombs from On the Field Podcast. How y'all doing, fellas?
What's going
Hey,
on?
hey, hey, what's good?
Father.
Let's go. Yeah, before we get started, quick shout out to two people. My brother, Randy Erhan. He actually made the logo and he did that countdown instrumental. So shout out to him. Also, shout out to Lambo Anlo for actually doing the music. The intro you just heard. So it was very great. So shout out to those two. And thank you for everybody that's on so far. That's on early. We appreciate y'all. It's gonna be very entertaining. And listen, use that comment section. Also, if you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe to YouTube channel, also share to somebody you actually know, and get them on right now. All right, so we're gonna get this thing started. So our first topic, y'all know the NFL playoffs is here. The NFL playoffs is here, and look, y'all, this is a crew that's very familiar with each other. All right, so look, I want to know which team, because we got a lot of teams that were hyped up throughout the year that missed the playoffs. So I want to know, we're going to start this one over, Matt. Talk about which team that you believe was the most disappointing team that did not make the playoffs.
I mean, I got a few. I mean, there's a plethora, but I'm gonna actually have to put the Chargers above. I mean, I had the Browns and the Colts on my list, but it was really the Chargers. There should have been a better mission, a better vision for the team. 12 wins is what they needed. Vision that they were in, and they were in a wonderful direction, and it just fell apart towards the end of the season. It didn't look good. Some of the play calls from the coach, they were just very young. Some games he just completely looked out-coached and made calls down the field that made no sense. I'm tired. I'm really tired of these young coaches, honestly. Every time they get into a bind, they go into this 5-spread offense. Stop doing that. My God, stop doing that. That is not going to be the answer to every decision every time you get into a bind. Stick to your game plan. Find a scheme, okay? Football is a chess match. Use your mind. Stop throwing 5 receivers on the field thinking that's going to fix your answer. Be more effective on third down. Find a better running back. Make a trade in the season for a running back that you had every opportunity to do, and you sat there and did nothing. Everything was good with Eckler, but he gets hurt. You have nothing running the football behind him. Nothing. Okay, you're wasting Keenan Allen, and you're gonna be in trouble. You're gonna be in trouble come next year, and y'all don't make the playoffs because you might. That coach, I'm telling you, that coach gonna get fired because that is 3 years with Justin with a great quarterback with like Justin Herbert, and you're possibly out of the playoffs again if you don't make it next year. So as of right now, to me, the most disappointing team that didn't make the playoffs is the LA Chargers.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay. My most disappointing team is the Cleveland Browns. Reasons being because of the way they finished last season. The expectations coming into the season, Cleveland was 7 points away from the AFC championship game. They lost 22-17 for the Chiefs. So coming to the next season,
I had them in the Super Bowl this year.
I'm just saying, coming to the next season, you think that Cleveland gonna be a team to play with. They started off good. They had going into November,
number one rushing
top
team
3 in defense. They was number one rushing team. Baker was just he tore his labrum, and he was still playing injured. But if he wouldn't have played at all, they probably wouldn't have had that many wins at all anyway. But that's the same injury Drew Brees had. He tore his labrum. So I mean, it was 12th rushing defense, 5th total defense. It's a big disappointment. Last year, Baker threw 25 and 8, 3,500 yards with a 95% quarterback rating. This year, it was a fall from grace. So
it probably been better off a Case Keenum for real.
Facts.
Well,
with the injury he had.
The injury he had, yeah. They should.
Does he get paid?
Exactly.
You paying Baker Mayfield if you're the Browns? Is he your quarterback?
No.
This is 4th year.
They gonna keep him.
This is his 4th year.
He had a torn labrum the whole season.
Man.
And he played through it. So off injury, Yeah,
That's his fault. That's his fault.
No, and then you got to
That's
think
his
about
fault.
all the draft picks.
We ain't give you no guarantee money to do that.
First round, second
Nope.
round. They won 3 games in like 10 seasons, and now they almost went to the AFC Championship last year with Baker. So what I'm saying is, don't get rid of the quarterback.
But was that Baker, or was that the running game and the defense? That wasn't Baker.
Baker was still
the quarterback. Browns made it to the playoffs.
You can have a good running defense. You can have a good run game and still lose.
Nothing happened after that.
Don't mean it.
I'm with Mark though. I would definitely keep Baker because who else you gonna get? He's your best
option.
option.
There's nothing in the draft. I'm telling you that.
I mean, yeah, it's nothing in the draft, but
yeah. But go ahead, Mark.
I'm just saying that's it. It was just Cleveland's the most disappointing team that didn't make the playoffs. They even started off in their division. We all thought they was making noise in the beginning, but I don't know. That's just they disappointed me. Honorable mention was the cost for me though. But
Odell left because Baker was the issue.
I mean, I gave them 7 losses. I thought they could make it to the playoffs 10-7, be a road team, very dominant defense as they had, running the football, riding it on the way to the playoffs.
I thought they could at least get that too.
I was disappointed team. Everybody thought they was doing something. Now with that type of rushing,
they started off the right way, and they just ended the season bad.
After Kareem Hunt got injured, they still kept running the ball. Like the next running back stepped up, they could have just kept running the ball. They ain't used Chubb right, to be honest with you. They should have kept rushing the ball. They should have had like 35, 40 points per game. Just because they knew his shoulder was messed up.
To continue to play Baker Mayfield as hurt as he was. Why they made that decision, that's their fault. He out the playoffs. Okay. Bengals stole the division. No, he's not.
He's gonna be better next season. I believe that. Yeah. Baker's coming back next season. Pro Bowl. Pro Bowl Baker.
I think let me ask this. I love here's the thing. I love Nick Chubb, right? I love Nick Chubb, right? But please give me a season where he stayed healthy. Browns got more problems than you think.
You already know, Joe. You already know. How much do you want to bet on that right now that he's going to be in the Pro Bowl next year? I will bet whatever it is.
No.
Whatever it is right now that he will not be a Pro Bowler next year.
I'm just saying, really, Baker is really he's going to be a good quarterback next season. He's going to have a way better season.
Name 4 quarterbacks. Name 4 quarterbacks just in the AFC that he's better than.
I'm not saying he's doing nothing. This year he was terrible.
I'm talking about next year. I'm talking about next year. Name 4.
We're gonna see.
Name 4.
Next year we're gonna see.
We'll address that. We'll address that with next year.
Yeah, we're gonna see next year because I can't aim that right now. Next year, Baker gonna be better next year.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So, I think
right now he ain't nothing.
I think I'm probably gonna have the most surprising team. Because I'm not gonna pick the Chargers. I was gonna pick the Chargers at first, but I'm not. I wasn't gonna pick the Browns because it's the Browns. I really could care less. But I think the most disappointing team is the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
Reason saying because even though Russell went out with an injury, he came back in enough time to at least help them become at least a wild card, and they still didn't do it. Running game hasn't been what it used to be. Defense still hasn't been what it used to be. And DK Metcalf, as soon as you talk trash to him, he don't know what to do with himself.
Russell took like 2-3 weeks to get his stuff together. Because terribly.
That's true.
He came in 2-3 weeks to get himself together because Russell came in playing terrible. We was one of the teams he came into, I think. He came in playing bad.
I mean, he played better with Geno Smith. That tell you something now.
What about the last few games though? He got himself together.
I'm just saying that was the last few games. I'm just saying when he came back, he was not playing Russell.
He played terrible the last few games too. He won. He beat the Cardinals, but who hasn't been beating the Cardinals? I mean, the Cardinals and the Saints today.
I'm just saying I didn't expect because Russell got hurt. I didn't expect them to even make the playoffs. It wasn't half. It was. I didn't expect them to make the playoffs just because he got hurt. Like Geno ain't gonna put you in the playoffs.
They still
remember they had to win like 7 straight, like that 6 straight.
They had a hard and then Russell came back.
I said it last year.
Shake the rust off.
They should have traded Tyler Lockett and got some picks so they could have used those on the defense,
Man, he
or
they
even
best
traded
receiver.
Tyler
Yeah.
Lockett for a defensive player. They
That's
they
his
they
best
didn't
receiver.
need Tyler Lockett to stay on this roster. He was
So you know,
such a value last year. They would have
Listen.
gotten what they wanted.
so you'd rather keep DK Metcalf than Tyler Lockett?
I mean, Lockett is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Lockett
do the
is a better
same.
receiver, though.
Did you see their numbers last year? Their numbers were the exact same. Their numbers were the exact same, and DK Metcalf was a 2-year player. He was in the second year, and he had the same exact touchdowns and yardage as Tyler Lockett. That makes Lockett's value higher.
Matt, I wasn't saying that you were wrong. I just wanted to see what you were saying. I said,
but look though, but look, Matt, real quick, Dave,
I just thought that the Seahawks had a better chance to make it than
Hey, Dave, I'm gonna let you continue real quick, but Matt, Tyler Lockett is not going nowhere. Tyler Lockett and Russ are like Steph and Draymond. All right, they have a great.
Now you got to trade DK.
DK not going nowhere. They got a nice receiving core.
They're gonna keep. They need to address that defense. All right,
they got a nice receiving line.
Well, I mean, by now they can't do no more. This was last year when the value was high. They would have gotten something really for DK. You got some draft picks. I mean, not DK.
Always the most sack quarterback.
They better focus on the offensive line this year. That's what they need to do because
Russ always the most sack.
But that's the thing. You can't. You got to get somebody. You got to fix that defense. That defense is atrocious.
Yeah,
that defense is atrocious.
You're gonna lose your quarterback.
It's bad too. It's all bad. It's all bad. It's all bad. And why? Every time you pay your quarterback, I'm telling you, your salary goes to take a sacrifice.
They better do something.
Go ahead, Dave.
They can't pay nobody.
They better do something. I definitely thought that they had a chance to make the playoffs this year, even with Russell being hurt.
I had them winning the division. I had them at 11-6, winning the division.
I had them making the playoffs, but I didn't.
I had them second in the division. I thought either the Rams or the Cardinals would win the division, but I definitely thought that number 2 would be the Seahawks. I honestly, I mean, this me being a Niners fan, I didn't think we would make it. I'm glad we did, but I didn't think we would, just because of who we had in our division.
Mm-hmm. All right. So look, y'all, look. The my most disappointing team making the playoffs is the team that had a rope tied to their neck on the last game of the season. The Indianapolis Colts. That was the biggest choke job I ever seen in my life. So look. So the Colts. It's the Colts. So look, and like I did like a preseason thing, and I had the Colts winning their division for 2 reasons. Number 1, I don't believe in Tannehill.
Same
number
thing.
1. Number 2, they got one of the weakest divisions, you know. And number 3, they made a playoffs last year with a bum Phillip Rivers. Something in Carson Wentz would be an upgrade. You know, this is my you know, so
hurt Carson.
You know, Carson Wentz. So they didn't make the playoffs for 2 reasons. They QB and their coach. All right, they QB and their coach.
Yeah.
So they started the schedule. They played the Seahawks. They played.
He's
the
on
Rams.
the hot seat for next year.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He's on the hot seat for next year.
He is a Wentz lover. You can. Let me tell you why he's a Wentz lover. They play the Seahawks. They play the Rams. They play the Titans. Their first 3 games went 0-3. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. Like, they played 3 good teams. You know, 3 teams I got making the playoffs. They had a tough, hard schedule. They're gonna be good after that. And they were, but they had 4 games. 4 games they should have won, but they lost because of their coach or their QB. The first one, Baltimore. Now, we all know what happened. They were up in the 4th quarter with 12 minutes left. They were up 25-9 with 12 minutes left in the 4th quarter. The Ravens scored every single time in the second half. Every single time they got the ball, they scored, and they lost 31-25. All right? And that just tells you no adjustments got made, nothing. They got stagnant in the last 12 minutes of overtime. They couldn't even score a point. So they should have won that game but lost. Then they played the Titans a second time. All right? They had the Titans. They had them at the end of the game. And guess what happened? They went to OT. Carson Wentz, who was doing good all year. Like, if you look at his year stats, he don't have a lot of interceptions, all that good stuff. But in overtime, guess what happened? Carson Wentz threw an interception in his own territory that put the Titans in good field position. They scored. They win the game. That's 2 games. The third game they should have won. The Bucks. They play the Buccaneers, right? I wrote a lot of stuff down for this Bucks game. Hold on, y'all. Let's look at this. The Bucks game, right? Early in the third quarter, they were up 24-14. Early in the third quarter, they got all the momentum in the world. They driving the ball downfield. They're on the Bucks 20-yard line. And guess what happened? Wentz fumbled the ball. Right? Tom Brady gets the ball, scores. The very next drive, they get back into Tampa Bay's field territory, you want to call it. They back in Tampa Bay's territory, and Carson Wentz throws an interception. Momentum gone again. They lost that game 38-31. And guess what? Jonathan Taylor only ran the ball 16 times. And this is the game right after he tore the Bills up. Remember the Bills game? He had like 30-something rushes, 185 yards, 4 TDs. And you only run him 15 times next game? Come on, y'all. Y'all trying to win on what? All right. And then the last game. Come on.
I'm going to tell you right now. The coach was
go ahead.
Of losing Jonathan Taylor. Coach was scared of losing Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
He didn't want to lose his best. He didn't want to lose his best weapon. And it's funny because if you look at some of those plays that you talk about where the pick would happen, why didn't you run the ball?
Exactly.
Why is Carson Wentz with the ball in his hands so much when you have such an effective weapon like Jonathan Taylor? Yeah, I never understood the coaching decisions, and that's why I can't put a lot of it on Wentz. I put a lot of it on the coaching decisions on some of those drives. Like, what are you doing? Why would you call that play right there when you have every opportunity to run the ball?
You got the best running back in the league. Because Derrick Henry's out, right? Best running back in the league. It's first and you up 24-14. What's the rush, right? You're up 24-14 against Tom Brady. You
run
on
the
their
clock, run the ball, use the clock.
It's first and 10. Run the ball. Why are you throwing the ball? And then look, the last game we gotta talk about.
I think he got running backs on his bench that are mad at him.
You say you got running backs.
Because it got to a point in the season. He got running backs on the bench that are mad at him. And if it got to the point in the season, if it wasn't Jonathan Taylor in the game, they were just throwing the ball.
True.
It's almost like they barely use the other. The weird is you have 3 backs. I get Jonathan Taylor. You featured him hard. Okay, if you want to slow him down, why do you not run the ball with the other 2 nice backs that you have? Like, why is it defense. Either run with Jonathan Taylor or throw with Carson Wentz? I didn't understand that.
He was trying to put the game in Carson Wentz's hands because all coaches want that quarterback to carry their team. And
that was stupid.
Yeah, that was a dumb coaching decision.
It was.
That's exactly why, because he really wanted Wentz to.
That's the coach that helped him out that year that he had an MVP season.
He wanted Wentz to beat
it. Okay.
He wanted to put the ball in his hand.
He wanted Wentz to beat it.
Comeback player of the year was on the line.
He did Wentz lover. But real quick, let me get to this last point. So I ain't got no notes for this because this one is self-explanatory. The Jags game, y'all. Come on now. I mean, the Jacksonville, like out of every team in the NFL last week that had a road to get to the playoffs, the Colts had the easiest game. They had the easiest game. They were playing a team who were on track. If they lose, they keep the first round pick. If they win, they lose it.
Yep.
But luckily, the Lions won too, so they kept the first round pick, right? It was the first overall pick. So in that game, he didn't run Taylor. He didn't run Taylor that game. And then that game also, they tried
to win that game with Carson Wentz because a lot of people take the Jags defense for a joke, and they're really not. They've just had bad coaching. They've got really good players, and that started developing as the progressed. And that's what the coach came in and took them for suckers, and they got sucker punched.
Hey.
Yeah, like see, that Jazz game was terrible. You know what I mean? They lost that game. So the coach should be in the playoffs right now. You know why also I picked them? Because everybody already crowned them to make the playoffs. Man, the coach gonna be the most dangerous team in the playoffs. Blah, 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 blah. And look, they sitting at home watching the game with us. So, yeah. All right, so look. All right, so great topic, y'all. We're gonna go to the next one. Before we go to the next one, y'all, for those who just got on, make sure if you haven't, like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share it with somebody so they can come on and watch it live with us. Also, guys, we have something coming up. I didn't tell these guys yet, but we're gonna throw 2 competitions for the playoffs. The first one is a $300 competition. So basically, it's called the Perfect Bracket Challenge. It's not including the wild card, all right? Because this is technically this is not the playoffs, y'all, all right? It's wild card weekend. so when the divisional round starts, as far as next weekend, everybody has to send me their picks as far as they bracket, who they got winning each round up into the Super Bowl, and whoever gets the perfect bracket will get a $300 prize, cash out to them. All right, so make sure. But for you to get into the competition, of course, you got to be subscribed to the YouTube channel. We also trying to get more subscribers, so you have to get 2 others to do the same thing. So this seems like a screenshot of 2 others that subscribe to the channel and everything. And of course, send me your Cash App if you want the money. All right, because I'm gonna not ask you for your Cash App. I want you to be surprised. I want you to just cash it out of nowhere if you win. All right, so give me your Cash App up front. And the other competition is for you Cowboy fans. All right. I got this cowboy hat in my closet. It's been sitting there for weeks now. All right. So the Mark actually told me to do this. I was going to throw it away. Sorry. All right. But Mark said you should give it out. So what I'm going to do is just give me the total yards for the Cowboys and 49ers game. Give me the total yards. Whoever gets the closest, I will give them the hat. But if you go over the mark, you automatically lose. All right. So whoever is the closest that's under will get the hat. All right. So make sure you DM me, whatever you want to do. My information on the bottom, score on the bottom. All right. So that's it. Thank you for staying to the end. We really appreciate that. If you are listening to this on you or watching this on YouTube, we would like for you to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hit the notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, etc., we would like for you to follow us on those platforms. Also, hit the notification button so you can be notified when we're out. And last but not least, no matter what platform you're listening to or you're watching it on, share with someone you know, and they could be part of the movement also. So thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.